In today's video, we're going to be working on the volume of a hemisphere. On the right hand side, as always, you see the formula we're using is volume equals 2 divided by 3 pi r cubed, and always pi, we're using it as 3.14. So we have our radius for number 1 to be 2. All we're going to go ahead and do is plug in the 2 in our radius. So we're going to go ahead and start, put v equals 2/3 pi 2 to the third, v equals 2/3 pi, and 2 to the third power is going to be 8. So we're going to go ahead and multiply now. 8 times 2 divided by 3, which is going to give us 5.33 pi inches cubed, because we're looking for the volume. Now, if your teacher doesn't want you to leave your answer as pi, go ahead and solve 5.33 times pi, which is 3.14. We have v is going to be about 16.75 inches cubed. Okay, for number 2, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing, just plug in 4 for your radius. So we have v equals 2/3 pi, your radius is 4 cubed. V equals 2/3 pi, and 4 to the third power is going to give us 64. Now we have v equals, going to go ahead and multiply 64 times 2, then we're going to divide by 3, and we'll go ahead and do that. Our answer is 42.67 pi inches cubed, because we're doing the volume. Okay, your teacher doesn't want to leave it as pi, you can go ahead and 42.67 pi, we're going to go ahead and multiply that. So v is about, when we go ahead and multiply 42.67 times 3.14, it's going to give us 133.97 inches to the third power, which is cubed. And don't forget, like always, if you need to watch the video over and over, if you want to go ahead and you still don't know what to do for problems 1 and 2, go back, replay the video as many times as you can or want, so you can go ahead and know how to solve the volume of a hemisphere. And don't forget to share it with your friends that need help on finding the volume of a hemisphere. And don't forget to hit the like if you haven't so far, or subscribe. In problems 3 and 4, go ahead, what I always say, go ahead and challenge yourself. Try to solve problems 3 and 4. Pause the video and see if you did any mistakes. If not, go ahead and see if everything went right. And go ahead now, you can go ahead and press play after you already solved the problems. Okay, so we're going to start with number 3. Just plug in 5 with our area, where our radius is at, which is going to be 5. So we have v equals 2/3 pi, and our radius is going to be 5 to the third power. V equals 2/3 pi, 5 to the third power is going to give us 125. So we're going to go ahead and multiply 125 times 2. Then we're going to go ahead and divide it by 3. So v equals 83.33 pi inches cubed. Okay, and once again, if your teacher doesn't want that as your answer, go ahead and multiply 83.33 times pi, which is going to give you 261.67 inches cubed. So any of these two will be a right answer. Okay, for number 4, our radius is going to be 7. Once again, just plug in 7 for your radius. So v equals 2/3 pi 7 to the third power. V equals 2/3 pi, and 7 times 7 times 7 is going to give us 343. Okay, now we're gonna multiply 343 times 2 divided by 3. And we went ahead and do that. Our answer is gonna be 228.67 pi inches cubed. Okay? And once again, if your teacher doesn't want that to be your answer, just go ahead and multiply 228.67 times 3.14. So when you go ahead and multiply that, we have 718.01 inches cubed. Once again, since we're looking for the volume, okay? If you haven't done so already, remember, again, share it with your friends. And once again, thank you for watching.